Hello, fellow investor. I want to welcome you to this channel. In this video, we look at the earnings expectations for Realty Income. Realty Income is scheduled to report first quarter earnings on Monday, May 5th, after the market close. We'll cover several topics to see how Realty Income is trading going into the earnings and help set expectations moving forward. We'll review the current price chart and trend charts along with some key valuation metrics. I'll also share Realty Income portfolio holdings and performance. Let's get started. Realty Income reports Monday, May 5th after the market close. In the previous quarter, Realty Income reported revenue of $1.28 billion, missing revenue estimates by $2.64 million. Realty Income reported funds from operations of $1.02 per share, missing estimates by a nickel. For this quarter, the revenue estimate is $1.30 million, with funds from operations of $1.06 per share expected. Over the last 90 days, no analyst raised estimates and 4 analysts lowered estimates. Realty Income meets or beats analyst forward 1-year estimates 100% of the time. The options market is pricing an implied move of plus or minus 3.29%. Realty Income is the largest holding within my retirement income generating portfolio. I first entered Realty Income in July 2022. In retrospect, my entry was not well timed as the purchases preceded the Federal Reserve rate increases during 2023. Which weighed heavily on real estate investment trust in general. If we see lower 10-year bond prices over the next year or two, I do expect a price recovery. Despite the Realty Income portfolio price return of negative 5.7%, the 7.5% received from dividends have kept the position in a positive area on an adjusted basis. Looking at the Realty Income price chart, we did see a nice price increase in anticipation of Federal Reserve rate cuts back from July in 2024 up through about the middle of October, when they looked like they were going to be on a pause after reducing 75 basis points. We did see a decrease in the price, and then a little bit of an increase from December through about the early part of April. Been trading a little bit sideways over the last couple of months, with the exception of the price drop we see during the tariff announcements. I do anticipate over the next year or two that we'll see some price benefit resulting from the Federal Reserve decreasing interest rates. Moving into earnings, we do see that Realty Income has a positive RSI sitting at 53.03. We have seen some price momentum that is decreasing over the last few days. When we look at the relative strength and momentum relative to the SPX, Realty Income is outperforming on relative strength and underperforming on momentum. We did see strong accumulation while we were awaiting Federal Reserve cuts. When it looked like those are going to be on pause, we saw some deaccumulation and then been trading sideways since. We do see some negative money flow currently. And when we look at relative performance of Realty Income to the SPY, we can see that it's underperformed 3.5% over the last year. Realty Income has also underperformed the real estate sector by 7.15%, and it has underperformed its industry group by negative 0.18%. The Realty Income 5-year weekly trend chart is showing that Realty Income is trading above its long-term averages at the moment. It's trading above its midterm moving averages, and it's slightly positive on its short-term moving averages. Using data from Seeking Alpha, we can see that Realty Income is trading at a 13.42 times forward price to AFFO, compared to the sector at 15.02, so it is trading at a slight discount. Looking at the growth metrics, we can see that the expected AFFO is 3.13% for Realty Income, compared to the sector at 2.06. The expected revenue growth for Realty Income is 12.23%, compared to the sector average of 3.57%. Then looking at profitability, we can see that the net margins for Realty Income is 16.31, compared to the sector of 9.62%. Finally, we'll look at Realty Income using fast graphs. We can see that they have a blended price to AFFO of 13.52 times. They have an AFFO yield of 7.4%, which is a little bit better than a value-oriented stock at 6.5%. They do have a dividend yield of 5.66%. Realty Income, over the time frame shown, has an AFFO growth rate of 4.72% annually. Fast Graphs calculates their fair value ratio at 15 times, and their normal price to AFFO is 18.29 times. We can see that before the Federal Reserve started increasing interest rates, that Realty Income tended to trade around their normal price to AFFO. And then as the interest rates began increasing, they traded down to closer to their current price to AFFO of around 13.5. They've been trading in that range pretty much for the last year and a half or so. I am expecting, as the Federal Reserve begins to decrease rates over the next year or two, that the Realty Income will be valued by the market closer to their normal price to AFFO. So just to give us an idea, if we rose by the end of 2025 to that could be a total annualized return of 66.8%. I think more realistically would be the end of 2026, where we would have a 8.02 total annualized rate of return. If we look at the analyst expectations for growth over the current year and 2 years forward, we can see 2% for this year, 3% for next year, and 3% for 2027. I hope you found this earnings preview helpful. If so, please subscribe to the channel for future videos and consider giving a like to help support the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you the best in your investment journey. Remember to trade well.